All right, all right, all right. Living pain here. What is it? Day 334. I should remember that, and I'll tell you why. I stepped on the scale today. 199.6. And the crowd roars. Ah! Yeah, man. I can't believe it. I had a feeling I was so close. I weighed myself the night before, just before I went to bed, and I was around 202. I'm like, dude, you know what? If you have your regular 2-3 Ps in the middle of the night, like a middle-aged old man, you have a chance of breaking 199 pounds or 200 pounds. Your chance to get to 199. And I did. And it's awesome. So then the second thing I did today was I thought, you know what, I'm at this weight, why don't I try on some of my old jeans, some of the jeans that I haven't worn in, oh man, probably 6 years, 5-6 years. So I pulled them out, and the good news is one of the pair, which is this, I don't know if you can see them. Watch, I'll stand up on this chair. Oh, they're very fashionable. You can see the blah blah blah, right? My little I did that because I'm trying to save the amount of editing I do. I didn't want to edit in a picture of my jeans, getting too lazy. Anyway, I got them on. I couldn't believe it. Pulled a little bit, but got them on, wore them all day. My belt loop is on the very last one. I got nowhere to go, which is great. So I have an option is either in another month, hopefully, I buy another belt, or I go to one of those places where they just put another hole in, or I nail a hole in, do it myself, a DIY job. So anyway, I'm like super, super happy, as you can tell. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be down. I ate a little bit of popcorn. My brother came over. He's from Winnipeg, my youngest brother. Came to Toronto, and he came over for dinner, which was nice. He had never been to our house. He's in Toronto here because he's I don't know, how old is my brother? He's 7 years younger than me, so he's probably like 47, 48, 49, somewhere in there. Probably 48, 47. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's old. And so he's got a couple of young guys who are like 27 years old that he's representing as their manager, music manager. I don't know what you call it, manager. I don't think it's an agent, but I think it's a manager. And anyway, what's really cool is, and I don't know any of these names that I'm going to say, apparently I do know the name, but I don't know much about him. The guy's name is Drake. And I do know that the guy lives here in Toronto. And what they're doing is Drake, I guess, is recording a new song. And the two twin brothers, that my brother is their manager or agent or representative, are going to be singing on this album. So it'd be Drake plus, these two guys. I can't remember their names. So that's pretty cool. So he's here, and they were gonna fly him in, but he was too worried about COVID, my brother. So they got him a rental car, and he drove the 24 hours from Winnipeg to Toronto. And so now he's here. And my brother used to be a big partier and stuff like that. Now he's a teetotaler. He's no longer doing his drinking or pot or cocaine or whatever. He went to the extreme on a lot of stuff. So he's like, off all of that stuff. So here he is, probably 20 years older than these guys, and they're at the hotel, and he was telling the story that they come back. I think they had a few rooms, or they're in a suite that has a few rooms. So these young guys come back, and they're all jacked up, and they got girls and stuff. And here he is. He went to bed at 10:30. They come back late in the middle of the night. He has to go down. He says, this is it. So he goes down and gets a new room, and so he's here for, I think, probably till early next week or whatever. They're in the recording studio, and yeah, so he's with these guys. I don't know what they call them, rappers, hip-hop guys. Anyway, they dropped them off and picked them up, and I could hear the music from their car just blaring all the way into the house. So we didn't even need them to call or notify us that they were in the driveway. We could feel the house shaking. And I don't know, I don't think I could spend like 30 seconds in that car, but my brother is spending the next week. He already told me that it's a lot for him, to take. So anyway, though, it was great to see him. Great to have dinner with him, and yeah, it's all good. So that was another good part of my day, lose weight, see my younger brother, have him come to visit. There was one mishap that I had today, and it's my wrist. I got a wrist injury. Don't get any ideas. I got the injury from falling, from nothing else. I wonder if you can see it. So you can see it's fatter right here. It's substantially, what are the right angles? Yeah, this is probably the best. You can see it's quite fat. And what happened was, I went for a run this morning. I'll tell you what, just losing that weight, it's amazing mentally how something like losing weight can just make you feel so great. No different than if I won the lottery. I think if I won the lottery, I don't know if I feel any better. That's how good I feel. Anyway, I felt really good, and I was like really excited to get out and go for a run today. I left a few days in between, and as everyone knows, I've got this calf that cramps up on a regular basis, so I didn't want to overdo it. So I was so excited to go for a run. And a couple things. So now I'm starting to run with my heart rate monitor. I've always kind of ran just with the Apple Watch, and it takes your heart rate off of your wrist, or the top part of your wrist. And I'm always, I never think it's perfect, right? And so I have this Wahoo strap, chest strap, and I've got the app, and I put that on, and I go for a run. I haven't ran with this chest strap on since, at least last year, since I was at least 220, 230. So within the first, I would say 200 meters of running, I can feel the strap is going down, 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 down. And it's super cold out, and so it's not like I wanted to adjust it or anything. So it basically fell to my waist. It was like running with a hula hoop around me, which I thought, wow, I didn't anticipate. Hey, you've lost weight. You should have cinched up the chest strap before you went for a run. But of course, I didn't think that was going to be an issue. And truth be told, near the end of the run, I actually stopped, and it was freezing out today. I stopped, took it off, adjusted it, opened up my shirt, and it was in the middle of a busy intersection. So I'm sure these people are looking like, what's this guy doing? Pulling his jacket up, putting on his heart rate monitor. And then I started running again, and it didn't work. I think my watch froze or something like that. So I really didn't know what the heart rate was, because I want to keep it down in that aerobic area. And for me, I want to try to keep it around 125, 130. So I didn't know. And I was also nervous about running too far. I didn't want to overdo it, which is not me. I'm one of those people that are a high risk taker, and I'll risk things. So today I was very responsible. But getting back to the hand, getting back to the word at hand, or the wrist at hand, I had a mishap. I was running, and there's a trail that I like to run on, and the sidewalks were all melted, no ice, no nothing. And so I decided to go on this trail, assuming that it was not going to have ice. And lo and behold, the first 5 feet I get on, I see it's ice. So I decide, I'm going to stop, turn around, and go back this way. And the ice was so slippery that I guess I should have went to a slow stop, then kind of walked, turned around, and then went away. And I didn't. And next thing you know, I fell down, smacked my elbow. I guess my hand at the time wasn't sore, but I must have hit my hand. And I was more concerned about my elbow. That was bothering me during the run. Now the elbow's absolutely fine. And then as the day's gone on, my hand is inflated. So it's really hard to type, which is my livelihood, is sending emails and communicating, very difficult. But you know what? First world problems, I'm sure I'll get over it. And, you know, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So what goes up must come down. I had a good day with the weight loss. So, you know, it can't be a perfect day. So that's what happened there. Wearing my compression socks right now, just to keep working the calves, make sure they're okay, rolling the calves. And I was looking at my weight, and yes, it's come down, and I've been a little frustrated, as you know, that I've been a pretty good boy, a really good boy from drinking beer. I haven't had any beer since January 1st. And then I haven't seen, when I came off of Christmas, the highest I got to, and a lot of it was water, but was 210 pounds. So technically I could say, oh, I've lost 10 pounds. Realistically though, I've probably lost, since January 1st, I've probably lost 5 pounds. So I've probably been dropping about 2.5 pounds per month, all that, you know, effort. And it's not a lot, but it's better than not losing anything. And even though I'm excited today, tomorrow I might jump on the scale, and if it's back up to like 202 or whatever, it's gonna be like, ah, man. But, and this is last, I'll kind of talk about the weight side. Last week, Thursday, I was at 201.4, I think. And then I had my Malo 5 Thursday night, and I think Friday and Saturday, I didn't go crazy. It was like 3,600 calories on Friday, 2,600 on Saturday, but my weight shot up to 206 pounds in 2 days. So of course, you can imagine last Thursday, I thought, oh, by Sunday, I should be down to 200 or under 200. It took me a week. It took me that going up, going down. And I think in the process, when you go up that high and then it takes 2 or 3 days to go down and you're go into that sugary food, that's what got me this cold sore, is it just kind of runs the body down. And as you see on that I post often, is what my morning heart rate is. I use the Oura Ring, and it keeps track of how much sleep I got, and it keeps track of what my resting heart rate is. And resting heart rate will tell you a lot about your body, and if it's tired or if it needs a rest or whatnot. And I know I need a rest to a certain degree, because my resting heart rate has been, in 3-4 weeks ago and before that, anywhere between 40 to 44, but typically 42 beats per minute to 44. And now I'm seeing it at 49, and I think yesterday might have been 50. So it's telling me something's a little bit stressing the body, and it could be I don't know, I didn't really abuse it too much. I've abused my body way more in the past, but something's there, and maybe it's that it's being flushed out. I don't know, but if you give me enough time, I can give you all kinds of theories that may or may not be accurate. So now it's just keeping the straight and narrow. Like I say, I didn't want to go too far. I actually was very responsible. I stopped at 6.6 kilometer run, kept the pace as low as I could. I had to walk a couple times because my watch was showing it was high, but in retrospect, I think it might have just been frozen there or misread, that sort of thing. And aside from that, I think all is going well. Now it's just a matter of keeping it up. And if I can just have, oh boy, I just want to see it at that 199 for like a week straight, so I know I'm really there, like until I get 2 or 3 days. And to put it in perspective, on the 199.6, you know, oh yeah, that's great, you broke 200. It's 37.4 pounds. So 37.4 pounds. That to me is a lot more than 35. I don't know why. It's only 2.5 pounds different, but it seems a lot higher than, it seems substantial. And I'm so now motivated, I've always been motivated. I'm so looking forward, is a better way to put it, to get to 40-pound loss. Like, wow, 40 pounds, that's not bad. I look at 35 and I go, you know what? 35 is good, but I don't think it's like heroic. You know, it's just stay the course. Everybody can lose 35. It's not like these guys that are dropping 90, 100. There's one guy I follow on Instagram. The dude has lost 300 pounds. Like, unbelievable, man. Now, when they're that big though, you know, he's dropping like 5 pounds a day. Although this guy, my hat goes off to him. Not only eating well, but he does. I don't know what kind of job he has, but he walks 12 miles a day. And the before and after pictures, of course, are crazy. He had his pants out, his jeans, the other day, and they were a size, what size were they? Size 48? Or it might have been a 68. Like, I mean, they were massive, to the point where he could probably fit now into one of the legs. So my hat goes off to him. Yeah, so that's it for now. I was going to tell another little story, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I don't want to go too long on the post, and I think I've given you enough that just shows that dude's a happy dude today. Yeah, I am. Over and out, living pain. Have a good one. We will see you tomorrow.